Hey Skyfares, and welcome to Aethercast, the Kharadron Overlords channel and podcast. But today we're talking all about what the FAQ just happened in the Battlescroll. Joining me for tonight's show, we have our thunderer from Down Under, Mr. Alexander Cron.
Hey guys.
Hi Cron, welcome
Good to
aboard.
be back.
Glad to have you, as always. And we have our Dwarden Prime, Mr. Dwarden Max Bowman. Welcome back, Max.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while, yeah.
It has. It's been too long. I'm not really sure why. Just busy. Yeah, stuff's happened. KO have been good. Too good.
And, it got very good for a second there.
Yeah, and then they decided, we shouldn't be that good.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun while it lasted.
Okay. If you're in the chat, say hi. We've got Mr. Bunning. A phone that just fell on the floor. Yeah. So before we talk about the Battlescroll, any news, anything we want to mention? You can say no. It's fine.
Not exactly. I mean, I've been getting some Von Grimm, getting the terrain piece, paying those up. Because they were very cheap and very good, and I think they're still pretty good.
Probably.
They're still. I think they're a proper cost now. Probably what they should have been.
Yeah. I played 30 plus games now with the book. 2 tournaments, 1 win and 1 3-2 actually, which was a bit disappointing for me personally. But I got. It turns out that all monsters that 3d6 charge you and do a lot of damage is pretty good against KO. And then I lost by 1 point to the tournament winner, so that was that. And now I'm playing Dwarves with Guns. Hey.
The other dwarves with
guns.
Come to the dark side.
The ones with the good long range shooting.
The ones that can actually shoot down an ironclad in 1 turn. It's a fun army. It's Dwarden, so I had to buy it. My first Chaos army. It's fun. I don't think it's extremely super powerful good, but it's a fun mechanic. Yeah.
Cool.
Taking a little pause from KO after so many games playing KO and hearing people whining about how good the army is.
They'll be whining about Chaos Dwarf soon enough, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there's always something to moan about. So
always
something that's too good and that people don't like, and it normally involves shooting or something, or shooting, or magic, or mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. There is some minor news regarding Grombrindle. The short stories in White Dwarf have just finished. I don't know what to say without giving spoilers, but
I haven't read it.
It comes to a proper conclusion, sort of.
Oh, is it still the ongoing short stories for 4 years now?
No, like they did those 6 or however there was, and then they stopped. He might be, but he might also be alive.
That sounds like typical James.
I mean, isn't he just the spirit of the ancestors coming to aid you anyway? Is he really alive? He's a supernatural being, I thought.
Well,
kind of.
I'm not going to say any more because it's spoilers, but basically, there's been a change.
Okay, well, I'll have to catch up on reading those. I read they had a novel with all his short stories. Some of those were from White Dwarf, some were new. I read like a few years back.
I think this short series of short stories was setting up a new character, which, and I don't think we'll be getting. We will get Grombrindle stories in the future, but we won't be. If you know what I mean, we'll be getting stories for this new character.
Okay. Well, they
okay.
they released a model. I haven't painted it yet.
Well, you can't
It's
use
somewhere.
it, so you can use it.
Yeah,
in
that
Legends.
was the reason. Like, he's Legends. Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind. Someday
Okay.
I'll use him as a proxy for something.
it's just Legends. What's the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
No one cares about Legend. Okay, let's talk about this FAQ then. So we'll start with points. First of all, we've got some sort of allegiance-based points changes before we get into the unit one. So the faction terrain went up 20 points. That's the most wide-ranging effect for everyone.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
The drones
pretty
are
good
very
terrain.
good. The drones are very good. Yeah.
it's one of this weird things where you can easily have games that you feel like they don't do much, but that's because they do lots of little small things that sort of add up to a whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
mean
just
they do a
high
lot.
up your
They're so
opponent, really.
versatile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that versatile is the key because it's basically you get free. It's for free. Well, for 20 points now. And if you could get a unit that had fly for and 12-inch move for 6.6 points, you would take it, wouldn't you?
Well, it's not even one unit; it's three. Like
That's what I mean. That's
remember
why I said
broke down the point.
yeah. That's what. Yeah.
back in the
that's
day, we used to get ether wings, like as
60 points. Yeah.
60
Yeah.
points, like as an ally for Stormcast to pretty much do what these drones do.
Yeah.
And that was
These are so
one
much
unit
better than
for 16
Ether
60 points. Yeah.
Actually,
I
I just
guess
moved my 6 Ether wings I had in my in my display. I moved it somewhere else. I just I remember these.
yeah. And like but, I mean, and drones can't capture points, which ether wings technically could, but it's all the screening or the stopping the deep striking happening around the board, and they just come back over and over
On a 4+.
Maybe a few they
on a
do.
4+. They have been
Mine
coming back.
mine never do.
Mine never
I
come
had
back.
one
do,
come
but
back in round.
Theoretically, they come back.
I had
It's
one
just
come
the
back in
thing that
round
you can
5.
you
so
can
obviously it
stop or
couldn't
counter
move.
charge for that thing. Like
Yeah.
you can charge the drone in somewhere, stop a counter charge. You can screen with them. You can screen deep striking. You can banish manifestations. You can deal some mortal wounds. They do a lot for so I'm okay with 20 points, to be fair.
I would pay 20 points for that, for those things.
I would too.
When you think about it, they're basically the KO version of having manifestations because we can't cast spells, so we don't have to cast any spells to get them on the board. And
I don't see them working as manifestations. Yeah, sometimes you cast a predatory ender spell to screen your backfield, but I'd say they are more like mini units. They're like beast units, like kind of. I mean, 12 in. They can auto run. They can auto run. They can charge. They can counter charge. You can do so much stuff with these guys. The fact that you can give commands.
Do the commands have the core ability?
No,
The
you
core
can
keyword?
give commands to these things.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes, I am very sure.
Okay.
Like what defense and such.
I wouldn't spend a CP on auto defense on these, but you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a reason to spend.
The thing you want to do with these is you can auto run them. That's basically the big thing you can do with them.
So they just go 18 and just get wherever you need them to.
Exactly.
Okay. So the 20 points now, 20 points for the faction terrain and them. Do you think they will stay that price, or do you think there's a chance in future they will go up further?
I don't know.
I don't know how much is the in all the other armies. What's the most expensive faction terrain?
I think
Because I don't think they ever go beyond like 10,
20 or
points.
30 points for something. I'm not sure. I think 20 points is the Lumina thing is quite, or the Seraphon Pyramid is quite expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see it on the app? I think. Well, yeah, they're all around like 10 or 20 points. Battle profiles, faction terrain. The Realm Shaper engine is for free. Then it's the Lumina thing, but irrelevant of our armies.
The thing is most faction terrain is not
Yeah.
giving you
The Shrine
things that can
Luminar is
move.
20 points, and it's moving.
And but
That's really
it's
scary.
only moving in one place. It can't move to three places. And
No, but
stay
it gives
where
you
it
like
is.
rerolls on
Yeah.
casting and stuff,
Yeah.
and you can garrison. I think the Flesh Eater terrain also went up 10 or 20 points, so they tend to do this. Yeah, add points.
Mhm.
Also, Night Haunt. I think the houses are not free anymore, and they move around. And there's 3 of them. They're pretty good. So yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they think, okay, it's too big of a bonus that it's for free because everyone is taking terrain. Because why not? It's free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For the KO, I'd still take it at 20 points.
I still wouldn't not take this.
It was the best improvement to the army, to be honest. In this book.
Do you imagine any situation where you wouldn't take it? For instance, if there was a load of like, are you starting your list writing at 20 points, or are you writing this and then if you have space for it, you take it, or if you don't have space for it, you're like, oh, what can I downgrade to make space? Do you think you get to a point where
the thing is with KO now we are on the points level where these units they're all above 110. I think that's the cheapest you can do apart from heroes. You always end up with an odd number. You always find 20 points. It's the 20 points our army spend for manifestation lords.
Mhm.
That's our 20 points now.
I mean, realistically, would we start 30 points down? Really? Because you're still taking Engineer's Guild.
Yeah, that's the next point I'd like to address. Like,
We-
okay,
yeah,
here's 10 points because everyone is taking this. Yeah, maybe don't make the other ones shit. So we have a choice. There's no real choice in this was when the book came out. We discussed it. Is there really a choice? Unless you're playing only one unnamed hero, so you cannot possibly have more than one artifact. Why would you not take this? It is so good to choose another artifact. Our artifacts are fantastic.
Although the artifact that you choose
now
is
they
probably going to
added
be
3 more to the choice with the FAQ. So now we can also take the Gairan ones.
They made the flak gun worth points, but you were always taking the flak gun anyway.
But
so
the
just
10 points on the
Engineer's
flak gun
Guild.
is the most nonsensical thing they could have done. Giving me an option to choose an artifact during deployment for free. Why would I pay 10 points in list writing for this?
Because that
Right.
was the most that's the common denominator one. So
yes,
the
it's a common
is
denominator,
you
but
don't-
they need to think about why is it like, because yes, it's more versatile to then choose between Voidstone Orb and the grenade. Sure.
Yeah.
But now I can just see, oh, if I'm 10 points over, okay, I'll just stick the grenade in my list and I choose this one in list writing for free. So
Yeah.
the price tag on the bamboozling flak gun is a bit nonsensical to me.
Yeah, you are still losing out in that situation though, because if you then play someone that doesn't have wards, then
I mean, yeah,
you've
I think
got
we'll
an
talk about
artifact
it
slot that's
anyway.
wasted.
The change of the burst grenade.
Yeah, because that's not as good anymore.
Yeah,
so
maybe. So yeah, I'd hope they maybe then change the other ones. Because then now it's just a 10-point tax for the obvious pick.
because the the Engineers Guild is still the best one. The only thing is
Far and
if
above.
you're spamming Von Grimms, then the other one, that one is good. But because
The
Von
other
Grimms
one
have
is
all just
only
got up in
good.
price.
No, it's only good if you have only one no name hero, like not unique. The moment you bring 2 heroes that can carry an artifact, you're gonna go Engineers Guild. That 6-up ward, who cares, honestly?
Yeah.
With so much
Compared to
ward
2
removal
artifacts.
and -1 to 2 ward rolls in the game, that 6-up ward is there's no big benefit to it, in my opinion.
Okay. So do you think you guys are looking to take Burst Grenade then as your first one?
It depends on the points. If I'm at
Oh yeah, I'm
2000,
assuming you
if
can't
I have the
afford.
points, I'll still
'Cause-
take the bamboo sling.
Yeah.
Of course.
And depends. I guess if I have Thunderers in the list, then I'd probably take the Voidstone Orb as my base unit.
That's a fair choice
Because there have been changes to
the
the Burst Grenade as well that make it a little less.
Actually, it makes Thunderers more attractive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're talking
Because I had Thunderers in my last list, and I decided to take them out again because I'll have the Burst Grenade anyway.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, maybe they need to go back in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I played against Mega Gardens last night using obviously the new stuff, and I had Thunderers. Couldn't do anything because they're not going to do enough damage to make them counter to lower their control. There's no wards to remove, and I had Burst Grenade, so then teched into the flat gun. But the Burst Grenade was wasted. Couldn't do anything. Game. I mean, it's not like Voidstone Orb would have done anything to help me either because they didn't have any wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in some ways you can't complain about that sort of situation, but yeah.
If you've got 10 points to spare, you'd always take you still take the black gun as your first pick. But if you don't, if you really squish for points, then yeah, take something else.
Yeah, we should note that now with the FAQ they said you can also pick from the Garan ones once you.
Yeah, that was not this
go.
current FAQ. It's like
it was
a couple of weeks ago,
between the last show and today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way I have actually included Manifestation Wars into my army.
Yes.
For the odd case that I'm playing against someone with no wards and no magicians, no wizards. I had the Aethercroll machine is for free, so I could just put down a pendulum in front of my boat. So
a good pick, I think.
They would be stuck, or what's it called? The swords. So you can just have the swords run around. They'll kill a little hero in the woods. If you have to kill a hero that you cannot target, just send that thing in. It will do 12 attacks, crit mortals. Yep.
Before we move on to units, because there's been points changes there, do you guys agree with Matt? Because Matt couldn't make the show, but gave his hot takes and said that these changes make the Brock army now better. How do you feel about it?
I don't think it makes it better than it was because everything got more expensive. It makes it
better
in comparison. So internally,
yeah.
More. I'll try to build a list actually yesterday or today. It's quite hard to get stuff in because everything's still quite now. You can only take the expensive stuff, the balloons. I'll have to try it out. The interesting thing is where you actually save points is you only want one boat, I think, in that army. You just need the one boat to trigger the what does it trigger? The extra move, I think, right?
Yeah, you need to be within range for both, and it is also still valuable for giving a unit strike first. It's
Strike
just a
first
bit.
on the Skyvessel cover. Yeah.
Yeah. No, because you don't get the Skyvessel cover.
You get Skyvessel cover for against shooting, is what I meant.
Mm.
Oh, you no,
Yeah.
actually you don't. No,
Yeah.
because you don't get the battle trait.
Yeah, you don't get the battle trait, so you don't get Skyvessel cover.
Okay, then it's not.
That's-
But you need it. You
Still
need
don't
to
love
be in
the-
range. You need to
I-
be
I
in
like
range of a
my-
boat to get the extra move. So
Yeah,
I like
think
my,
that, yeah, it's you get
uh,
one frigate in there.
battle traits too much to go into armies of renown.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is a really good thing in the KO army? It's Sky Wardens. So if you want to go down that road, just more Sky
Yeah, so
Wardens. I think that one
get
is
Sky
a better
Wardens.
army for it because they get a 5-up ward.
Sky Warden's 5-up ward can move 24 inches. I mean, that's good.
It's a pretty good unit.
Yeah.
Pretty good unit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's look at some unit changes then. We have got my mouse has gone to sleep. There it is. Here we go. So lots of
It still
red.
hurts.
Mostly the heroes avoided any changes, which is
Except for
good.
that one
Except for
hero
the
that everyone
Master.
took.
Yeah, because they weren't played.
So
Everyone took the Endrinmaster with to staple on their ironclad, and now he's 150 points again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very expensive for what he doesn't even have a gun. Come on, people. Just he was a
He
tax that you added.
It only
onto the
exists to
Ironclad
give your
to give
ironclad
it a
a retreat and shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
no, your ironclad just got 30 points more expensive.
So do you? Because I think you still want to take this guy.
Mm.
Yeah, you still have
So-
to take him, but
You have if you want to play an ironclad, you have to.
Mm.
At this
Yeah,
point,
if you're not playing,
so
an
my
ironclad, then-
combo wombo was always the ironclad, admiral, and Endrinmaster with engine harness,
Mhm.
because of course you need the retreat and shoot, or sometimes a run shoot. It was nice, so you had to include the Endrinmaster because otherwise your boat gets stuck and it can't do nothing. And you actually wanted the admiral just to make the shooting worth it with the extra shots and the reroll.
Mhm.
At this point, I think it becomes too expensive.
Mhm.
What is it now? 500, 600, 740 points, 750 points. Oof, it's a third of your army.
I mean, it can do a lot
More.
of work, and it can do that work from a distance.
So I had games where it didn't do anything because people were playing obscure incorrectly and well. You have these battle plans where there's places of powers everywhere. So, and you have if you have big enough heroes, you can make every terrain. So you're playing against these 6-man elite units like rat ogres or trolls or anything. They can always tag an obscure terrain and be obscured. So I had games where the ironclad never shot at anything. The only thing it was good at was fly over and drop bombs with the enhancement.
Yeah.
And I think for 750 points, you could get a lot of Skywardens to do better.
Mhm.
So now rethinking everything with these points updates, for me personally, I think I'm at a point where this package is too expensive.
Do you think in that package the admiral is necessary? It's because it's 2 extra shots.
I thought about it, and
not very, I think.
I think he was, because he just made the ironclad dangerous for, like, he brought the ironclad with because I had a frigate and gun horse as well. It pushed the package to a point where I can take first turn and just shoot your monster off the board. Like I can just
But
kill
the other thing is, if you had a gun hauler, unless you were taking 3 heroes, then you need the admiral. Unless you want to take an
That's the next
auxiliary
thing.
unit.
That's the next thing. If you want to play 2 drops,
Yeah.
you need Brock or the admiral to have 2 boats in a regiment.
Yeah,
That's another. That's a good point. Yeah, that's
Taking
always
2
why
boats was a big deal.
always came back to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not playing Brock.
Yeah. All the other heroes can only take 1 Skyvessel. So
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah.
So that's that. Okay, so Endmaster is still good though.
For the Ironclad specifically.
For the
Yeah,
Ironclad.
yes. Otherwise, 150 points. He's very expensive.
Yeah. Okay. And so both sets of Von Grimm, the salvages and the harpoon crew, both went up 20 points each. So
Which
yeah,
is
I mean,
rough for
you said
units
Probably
taking
fair.
lots of Von Grimm, and I was taking lots of Von Grimm, but this is probably what they should be, because 90 points for that meant for harpoon crew is ridiculous.
180 points per 10-man unit. They can just jump around in combat. I played 5 of them, and I immediately said after that tournament, oh, I need to play a 10-man unit or more, just more of these. They do so much. So I think
I
it's
had
fair.
20 of these things.
Anti-salvagers,
But
for
if
what
you
they
also
are,
think
yeah.
the salvage is also throwing out a buff potentially. Just not only like they buff themselves and your Sky Wardens potentially.
Yeah, even the salvagers, if they just buff themselves.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. It's a 5-man unit. That's well, they have 3 attacks. So 16 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 4s and 3s, getting an extra rend if they get the buff, so they are 3s and 3s.
Mm-hmm.
With exploding 6s, that's basically like hitting on 2s. So you're going in with 16 attacks, 2s and 3s, rend 2, 1 damage.
The thing I come back to on these
120
guys
points, sure, every day.
is the -2 rend, because you can't get it with Endrinworks anymore. And Sky Wardens sometimes can sort of bounce off things because they've only got that -1. Yeah, damage 3 is good, but if you don't get anything through,
Absolutely.
So and they're
Rend
not
2
doing the
into
mortal.
monsters? Yeah.
They're not doing mortal wounds anymore either, Sky Wardens. So
Yeah, so the salvages rend 2 is a 10-man unit. It can do a lot of damage, even because it's just dice you throw around. So a lot of attacks with the crit 2 hits. And don't underestimate the shooting of Harpoon Crew. They shoot better than Sky Wardens. And Sky Wardens are one of the better shooting units
because Sky Wardens
in the army. Because it's just freeze and freeze, and it's a lot of shots.
Yeah, like...
And Harpoon Crew also get Rend 2 in shooting against monsters, but still, when you have that many shots, and you'll go Rend 2 into like
and
a
they have longer range in shooting than Sky Wardens.
Yeah, 12 inches as opposed to 10.
Yep.
I'm still a big fan of both flavors of Von Grimm, and even at these points, again, these are fair points. These are the points where you would take them at.
I agree. These points are fair. If they go beyond, it might be a bit. Let's see, but I think they are fair for what they do. Because remember, these guys are flying around on a 4-up save as well. They do benefit from Skyvessel cover, so it's a lot, and they move 12 inches and flying. They are very fast. You can get a lot of them for the points.
And 2 wounds. Squad of like a reinforced squad is 20 wounds of dwarf. Like, it's not nothing.
Yeah, compared to 12 for Sky Wardens.
Yeah,
or Endrinworks.
Although Sky Wardens on a 3-up save.
But they're comparable to a 20-man unit of Arcanauts, like in toughness.
Yeah, I'd always take these over Arcanauts.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, on the subject of Arcanauts, with the fact that these guys have gone up 20, do you think there is more of a place for Arcanauts now?
No,
Arcanauts
because
technically points per model, they are technically our highest damage dealers now.
Yeah, but Arcanauts need a Ironclad, which we already concluded is maybe not as worth it anymore. And the only damage is in shooting. So you get the same problem. I don't want to put too much points in shooting units, because I think with obscuring, and they didn't change obscuring as we hoped they would. You can have games where they just sit around. So then I'd rather have Von Grimms. Yeah, sure, they can also not shoot people. We can charge people and jump around and grab objectives.
Okay. There's an awkward thing with Arcanauts as well, because they're such short range. Like one of the main benefits of the Ironclad is its long range. So
Yeah. Do you know what Arcanauts
Yeah.
are really good against? Night Haunt.
because this is a weight of dice.
It's just exactly. You're throwing around so many dice.
Yeah.
Like 20 Arcanauts, they can shoot down a lot of units. If you get them in range, remove the ward, you just let them shoot. It's a lot of you can really do damage to a Night Haunt.
But then again, technically they do more damage than anything else we have for the amount of points. They're slow and need the support.
Yeah, so they need someone to carry them around, and now they're much more expensive.
But I would be kind of keen to try a list with an Arcanaut clad, or maybe 2 Arcanaut clads. Don't just hard into big boats with lots of dudes throwing around lots of dice.
Okay. So before we move on and catch up a little bit the chat a little bit. We got a few people in. Osrex in, Yeti, Mr. Bunning. They're asking about Endrinworks because with Von Green going up.
What about them?
Well, do they have more of a place now? Because I wasn't using them before. Were you using them?
No, I was not using them, and I don't know if I'd use them now. I mean, they're
no.
So Mr. Osrek asks, and Mr. Bunning says that the built-in abilities in the Von Green is just far better.
Yeah.
And because they've got more attacks, it's more efficient. And there's a good thing to say about more attacks, which is it's more reliable because you just got that weight of dice. You know, you're less likely to whiff. You're always likely to get more likely to get something through.
But do you know what costs the same amount of points as 3 Endrinworks? 5 Harpoon Crew. Why don't you just do that?
Endrinworks. I never felt like I needed the healing on the boats in my games. Because let's be honest, it's just a 2-up save tank. And if
you're getting your 3 healing from the Endrin Master anyway.
Yeah, as long as that frigate or Ironclad still has like 5 wounds left, I don't care. Rally and let's go. I don't feel the need for Endrinworks to repair things. And the combat is just way less good than Salvagers or Skywards.
I guess the only other thing is because you get into a direct comparison, it is with the Harpoon Crew because they're the same points.
They are literally the same points now.
The Salvagers are more, but the Harpoon Crew do have a slightly different role because they are more of a shooting unit.
But they're also their combat is pretty much the same. 2 attacks, 4s, 3s, neg 1, and the Harpoon Crew are damage 1 instead of damage 2.
And the Harpoon Crew can get an extra rend from salvages.
And again, there's 5, but you get 3 Endrinworks with that profile, or you get 5 Harpoon Crew with that profile for the same points.
Yeah, and 5 models.
It's almost double.
It's just always better than 3 models. Like board wise, screening wise, whatever you want to do with them. Sure, Endring has a 3-up save, but no, and I don't know. I haven't found a place for Endrinworks.
No, I think, and the thing is, they've tried to make them like this countercharge sort of thing.
It's too complicated.
Well, the thing is if you the best way to countercharge is with a frigate because then you get strike first. Because if not countercharging, it's not that good. And then if you do that with Skywardens, they've charged, so they get their buff.
Sure. But how many times will you be able and then actually roll the charge and do it? And then I'd rather have it with Skywardens.
Yeah.
Then I'd rather have Skywardens with an extra damage on the counter charge.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's
so
not.
Skywardens get bonuses to counter charge and to charging, while Endrinworks only get bonuses to counter charging.
Yeah.
I know it's a KO show, but it's the same problem in this book. They have 2 versions of the Bull Centaurs. And the other ones, they get strike first when they counter charge. Like, okay, already I need to actually facilitate this counter charge mechanic.
Mm.
Sure, they get +3 on the charge if they get enough points. So I need to invest the points in them. I need to counter charge, and then I get a bonus. Why don't I just take the regular ones and charge on my turn, and they do much more damage? Like, why do I need to build all these extra steps in to get the same benefit or similar benefit?
Yeah, I think
Sure, like
no,
why?
I think the game designers are worried about stuff being too good on the counter charge and it being too easy because you're doing it in your opponent's turn, and people will cry about it.
Yeah, but Endrinworks, I think the idea for Endrinworks was, okay, you charge a boat, now they're there to defend the boat and they get an extra rend.
Yeah.
Usually when they charge stuff and they charge a boat, either your balloons should be behind the boat so they don't get damaged, or you're relying on the -1 hit and the free up save anyway. So just take Skywards.
Yeah, because they're probably going to want to try and target your balloon boys anyway, if they can get to them.
They should target the balloons,
Yeah.
Because they're killable, unlike the 2-up save monster that the boat still is.
Well, yeah. More to the point.
I mean, don't underestimate.
The monster's not...
And all-out defense on the Skywards is -1 to hit, 2-up save. It's pretty tanky. It's very hard to kill, to be honest.
Well, the other thing is, technically, Endrinworks are worse now, because their whole ability is centered around the idea of countercharging. But if you charge, you don't get your -1 to hit.
Also,
because you don't get Skyvessel cover if you charged. We haven't covered that yet. That's for the future of the show.
Which is it is a debuff to Skywards, absolutely. Because that was the thing. Okay, I'm going to charge in with these two. They both get strike first. Oh, you want to hit me back? Yeah, you're -1 to hit. It's like the opponent was like, "What's going on? Why are you -1 to hit?" And when you charge me and the free up save and everything, I think it's fair now. They don't get it. It was, but it made Skywards very good. So there's a layer debuff to Skywards. It's the points, 10 points up, which I think is fair because they gave everyone a +1 save in the whole army basically, but they just took over the points from the last Battlescroll. So 130 is probably fair, but now they also
the same
lost
points now as Thunderers.
Which is okay, I think.
People weren't taking loads of Thunderers, and they were taking multiples of Skywards, and the Skywards were cheaper than Thunderers. So
I don't have big problems with the points. The points are fair. It's where we should be, but there are other. Yeah, it's all the stuff around the points that kind of hurt.
I mean, what is it? Not getting Skyvessel cover when you charge. Okay, usually when you charge, there's nothing left anyway. And only one unit getting strike first. Is it?
That hurts a bit.
Does it?
I don't like that.
Because the first normal activation usually was your boat anyway. And who cares about a frigate hitting something? It's like
yeah, but it's taking 2 frigates that becomes really not viable anymore.
Well, you still get.
Well, you still get
each
frigate can still give a strike first.
The thing is, I was quite often having a unit independent of a frigate. So I'd have a frigate with like 2 units, or like a hero in a unit, if I Brock or whatever, and then another unit somewhere else. I'd charge the frigate in, and then somewhere else I'd charge another unit, and that other unit would be my first normal.
Yes, but let's be honest, that's just greedy. It's too good. Come on. Your entire army striking first. Basically. You have to agree that is very good.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Sure. Or we lose something that's very good. We can complain, of course. But let's come on. I think 1 strike first is still good.
Yeah,
you can still do it multiple times. And the egregious thing is that all the Skywards can still do the retreat end of turn. It's not once per army, but everyone can do it.
That's worth noting.
That's another thing that triggered people. It's just like
you
can do it with every unit in my turn. Like sure, let's go.
Something to note with salvages is people had discussed before the FAQ about the possibility of that going to once per army, their ability. So you just you couldn't spam them and get multiple chances of getting that free up on
But you still
salvages,
can.
but
Yeah.
you still can. That didn't happen, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
for
all
us.
these things that should be once per turn army, they haven't changed.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, Sky Wardens is fair.
Still-
Yeah, you're still taking them. Yeah,
Still the best
Yes.
that's
infantry unit in the army,
okay.
in my opinion.
I wouldn't say the game, but army. Sure.
No, not the game.
Not
No.
the game.
In this book.
In this book. Okay, how do you feel about gun haulers? Because the normal gun hauler's gone up 20, and the soggy one, the Scourge of Goran one, has gone up 30 points. So they're now
Does that
160 and 170.
So your reinforced squad would cost 340 points.
Yeah, 60
Which
point
is-
increase on a reinforced squad.
That hurts.
That's a lot.
I don't know if you
So I
take the
think-
reinforced squad anymore.
I think the 20 points is fair, being just a 10 wounds and a 2-up save.
Mhm.
It brings it up to par with everything else that is in that range. The new Hashut cows, the cow engines, they also have a 2-up save, 10 wounds.
Mhm.
They're, I think, depending on which version, they're 170 or 190. Bastiladon with 12 wounds on a 2-up save, I think, is over 200 points.
Mhm.
So, from that point of view, and being a 12-inch move shooty thing,
Hmm.
I think it's fair. It hurts, but it is fair. 160. I'm not sure when the Grunstock Gunhorror from Gairan is more expensive.
It's slightly faster, and yeah.
Uh,
I mean, that was
Then
the
you're
one.
relying
That
on
is.
guns, like gunhauler guns, and gunhauler guns are kind of shit.
Is it just because I can move after shoot and run and shoot? Because
Mm.
it cannot be the reinforced because I'm paying the price for the
Oh.
reinforcing.
The move after shoot was very nice because you deep struck it
It is.
down, shot, and then moved up.
It was good for two reasons. One, it was basically like you got to redeploy and covering fire
Yes.
with the same unit, which you got basically like a free command point essentially. And
What you
something
could
can
do was you could redeploy,
Yeah.
shoot, and then move move more if you had a second Gairan Gunhorror near, because you
Oh,
can
okay, yeah.
do run abilities and shoot.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you play a lot of Gunhaulers with Gairan, you basically had either 2 redeploys or a double redeploy on
But-
one unit.
Yeah, and the deep strike move basically then getting a 3d6 charge because you could move d6 charge closer before charging.
I guess. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave them the
That's what I was
battle ram and the extra
Yeah.
control score. Deep strike, shoot, tag something, or get an objective with
Yeah.
control score 14.
Yeah, and it was really useful for like a little wizard in the back that you would, if not, have to wait a couple of turns to get to. Like, take them out.
It was just the kill units inside terrain.
Hmm.
Charge in, battle ram, mortal wounds. If it didn't kill him, power through. That killed him.
And there's actually a decent amount of attacks as well. You know,
Yes.
they're on 4s and 4s, so they're swingy in
That's
melee.
the thing. That's the
But-
thing. They can spike. Sometimes they did in my games, and they did a lot of damage. But sometimes just one random D3. I shoot all of defense. Like, mate, you don't need to. It's 4s
Yeah,
and 4s.
it's
Like,
awesome, yeah.
I'm gonna do 2 damage. Watch
Yeah.
me.
But then
It's
if they all like to
just
defeat
bad.
all that defense out, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
if it's
they're
bad,
wasting their command
the
points. as
combat
well.
from them is the 4s and 4s.
Yeah.
Just super bad. But anyway, it 170. I guess looking at the game with all the other armies, it's fair, but it hurts.
I think the thing is, I think more people were going for that version of the gun hauler than the normal one.
Absolutely.
So that's
Screw
so it
the
should be,
transport. Let's be
so it
honest.
should be more expensive.
But then maybe you should think about why are
Yeah.
you using the other one?
Because
Because it's good. But
pulling
let's be honest.
stuff
be honest,
out of
all this-
combat
all
and being able
this-
to shoot with it is good, but the normal one
Yeah.
can't carry anything significant. So
It was just to get a hero somewhere else,
Mhm.
to either to safety or to give
Mhm.
buffs somewhere else. I don't know. The thing with the reinforced gun holder is also you can put the Admiral +1 attack on them at 24 inches, and now you're shooting 8 shots with that unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe something we should mention. I don't know if we have a slide where the change to enhancements.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what are we
that
looking
really
at
hurt.
beyond these points?
so we've got lots of stuff. We've got other points changes that are relevant to KO, and then the FAQs.
Yeah, let's go.
Right, isn't it? So the Saviors of Sinful went up 20 points. If you're thinking about taking them,
they're still very good.
Yeah, and we can't take them in KO, but they are a KO unit or regiment. The KO regiment of renown that
Yeah,
taking.
Everyone was taking them.
That's gone up 30 because it's pretty good. It's better.
It's crazy what they do. Yeah.
We can't obviously take them in KO, but I mean, Saviors of Sinful for 290 points is cheaper than taking like a Scourge of Goran in like reinforced unit and dropping that in, deep striking it.
The thing with Callus and Toll, I think they got worse with all the ward removal in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now
there's slightly less ward removal now, but
but sure, there's a lot of things that do -1 to ward rolls and stuff like that. I mean, less. Everyone's playing the Profiteers, so there is a lot of ward removal in the game with the Thunderers.
Yeah. What I mean is for KO, there's slightly less now. I'm alluding to another change. Saviors of Sinful are still good. If you were taking them, you probably can find. I don't know, because all the KO stuff's gone up as well. So
I think
it's a double whammy for you if you were
taking them. Fire Slayers, maybe Sylvaneth, and maybe I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I think KO players were basically sticking to KO stuff before. So
yeah, now more than ever because you need like all these synergies and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. So let's move on to erratas and stuff like that. So artifacts of power. The burst grenade is now once per battle.
Yeah, that hurts a bit.
It really hurts. It's what it used to be.
Yes.
Let's be honest. How many times did you use it multiple times in a game?
Not that often, actually.
Exactly. That's what I thought. So I think you'd still take it to kill that one thing more easily. But
there's another slight change here that the once per battle thing is the most obvious, but there is this little
that one is
visible, right? Yeah,
you need to be visible now.
Well, let's be honest. You took it to shoot something, and you can only shoot things that you can see. So does it make that big of a difference?
Well, you took it to shoot something, but it did work to the end of the turn. And you
sure. It also worked on your Skywards.
It also worked on the battle realm.
Yeah.
So you could and then combat and stuff. So it's like
I think the changes. It doesn't work if something's obscured, you cannot take the ward off and then charging.
Yeah, basically.
It makes it less good. What are your prime targets to take off wards? Usually, is the big monsters that you want to kill. Those you can see anyway, or who has good wards. Night Haunt, they fly. You can see them.
Nurgle.
Probably Nurgle is now better.
Or
A, because they have 5 ward everywhere, so you want to take the wards off everything, and B, they don't fly.
There's what shall I call it? You can give them the Nurgle in and then buff stuff to a 5-watt ward in thingy.
Thingy.
Unchosen and stuff like that.
Slaves
of Darkness. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, sure.
So other stuff. Our boys do. Can't remember. I'm sure there's other stuff that's units with wards and stuff. But
yeah, you can give wards to. Also, then there's battle plans where you can get extra wards. You can do prayers and flesh eaters to get 5-watt wards and so on.
So
it's less good. I think it's still a good artifact to have.
Yeah, again, it's the key is you want to tech into it when you need it.
Yeah,
that's the thing, is because if it's just awkward if it's your base one and then you get a matchup where you can't use it. That's it. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's the same with the Void Sun Orb though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think any of these Scourge of Go-Around ones are useful as your base one?
Let's remind me what the artifacts are, because I always mix them up with the boat trades.
There's the teleporty one.
We teleport a boat towards you.
So there's the teleport a boat
towards you. And then
is it a boat or is it a unit? I can
any flying unit that is not in combat gets teleported to your hero.
There's also one that buffs a hero.
Yeah, there's the one that gives them a 5-watt ward and extra attack, which I think is not bad on a null chemist.
Yeah,
if you kit him out to go wizard hunting. And then there's the spell ball, which I probably rate less, unless you have some build where we go back to bridging Thunderers around or something. But I don't see it.
You could bridge Arcanauts.
Yeah, sure. I mean, 1 Ironclad and 1 bridge.
20 Arcanauts.
But they need to be 9 inches away and they only shoot 10, so it's a 1-inch redeploy and you're screwed. So,
well, more to the point, only your front row shooting.
Yeah, no. So probably still a second or third choice, this one.
Yeah. Okay.
After the bamboozle.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that was expected though, wasn't it? This nerf, we kind of when we got the book and we read it and we saw that it was a return, it was like that's got to be a mistake. I am surprised it lasted as long as it did. Exactly. I thought that would be 2 weeks after the book come out. This typo is being fixed.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, next change is the we alluded to it earlier, the change to Skyvessel cover. So basically now the unit and the boat can't have charged. Both can't have charged.
So also the boat can't have charged.
Yeah, not just
so just another nerf to frigates, really.
Yeah. Well, and pretty much any balloon unit, anything you were charging in with frigates.
Yeah, it's a nerf.
Yeah,
but I wasn't expecting it because they kept it for the whole last year.
Yeah, seems a bit.
I think maybe in combination with the extra safe, they decided it's too good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they needed to put this in.
No,
but it's what it is.
I mean, if it was a choice between this and more points changes, would you rather this or more?
Probably this.
Yeah. Okay, so fair. So we're happy then?
I'm not happy, definitely
not happy. Okay. And so yes, the Skyvessel upgrade got renamed to Great Endrinworks. And they changed all the text and everything to make it all work. So the Scourge of Go-Around and the Boatefacts in the book are both the same things now.
Yeah, so basically we lost 1 enhancement.
Yes, you can now have 2 boat effects, not 3.
And weirdly, in the app, they are still on 2 different tables.
Yeah, they're just
It's
both
like-
called Great
Great
Endrinworks. There's
Endrinworks,
2
but they still kept 2
Endrinworks
tables, yeah, instead of making one of
that
6.
does make sense because one of them, in theory, will go away next GHB. And it's just, remove the table.
It's a bit weird to
Yeah,
open the tabs.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought this was a bit weird that we could do this. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
why
was
there are
expected.
things.
It was expected that this would happen.
Yeah.
It was nice while it lasted, but it was a bit nonsensical.
Well, you had 3 artifacts on one boat. I mean,
It was these 2 gun haulers. So their control score 14, and they have a battle ram. Like why? Because I'm using this enhancement, and then I'm using this one, and I'm choosing this one now, and I'm getting another artifact now.
Yeah, I mean, even if you weren't doubling up on the same boat, it's still
It's good to have 3 different things.
Well, there was a lot of good choices between the 6 things you had to choose from. Well, no, 9 things you have to choose from. Is it 9? Is there 6 in the book?
Yeah, 9.
It's definitely more than 3 in the book. Yeah, there's some good options there. You even like the box standard +2 move on the frigate is good. We talked about the bombs being improved on the ironclad. That's really good. Battle round's really good. The extra control score's really good. The ignoring modifiers to hit's really good on the ironclad as well. There's a lot of options there. You kind of want to have lots.
Basically, you use an enhancement.
What are your top 2 picks now? And it is essentially like you get one, and now it's like the guild thing. You pick one and then you tech into one for your matchup. A bit.
Yeah, which one is the base one now?
Ignore modifiers shooting has always been a really good base, I think, for an ironclad. Just the amount of things that give you -1 to hit.
That was a thing I picked. That was a thing I picked. Like against IDNF or other KO, it's like, okay, I'll take that one. Against things that all infantry and not flying, I'll pick the bombs because I need to get them out of the woods.
Yeah. So do you think you don't want to pick the bombs as a base because if you come up against loads of flying, they don't do anything? So that has to be a teched into one.
I mean, because I want the no nakes to shooting, but stuff like now into Chaos Dwarves, I want a 5-up ward save for my ironclad
against shooting. But those are all things I want to choose depending on my matchup.
Yeah.
What is a universally good thing to have? Before it was the +2 move.
+2 move or battle ram, they're both good
on a frigate because 10 inches really hurt.
Yeah.
You want 12-inch move. The battle ram is good. It's still good on reinforced, or it's still good on a soggy gun hauler because you come down, you move, you charge in, and you do damage.
But it's also just good on a frigate because a frigate wants to charge. So you're just getting a buff for doing the thing you want to do.
Yeah, and you maybe clear space to set up models. The other one, I think maybe it depends a bit on the meta. Where we're going is the spell ignore.
Well, yeah.
Having 4 of spell ignore for basically your entire army is very good. I took that out because in all those games I used it once or twice against Seraphon. And then in the tournament, I had to play Zinch, and I hoped that I had it. I just wished I had it, because those mortal wounds, they just stack up and they kill your boats.
Okay, so 2 things about that one.
It's really only Seraphon and Zinch that do.
That's what I'm saying. It depends where we go in the meta. Yeah. If you're going to start seeing more and more caster armies, magic armies, yes, it's a very good pick to have.
Again, these are all like matchup dependent, which is why I still think the don't take any negatives to shooting is pretty much always useful. Because there's always going to be a hero that's hiding behind something, and you just go, nah, walk up. And enough armies in the game have some kind of -1 to hit or ability or spell that you can just nah.
Well, it's good if you're taking an ironclad.
That's what I was about to say. I'm not taking Ironclad anymore, so I don't rate that one.
Then maybe Battle Ram, I reckon.
The magic one
Probably.
the magic one is funny that it's like that we got so far into this conversation before it was even mentioned, despite the fact that it is theoretically so good. Like it was
good.
like we mentioned like 4 or 5 before anyone even mentioned it.
If you think about it, it's just it's a 50-50 chance that your magic does nothing and you get D3 mortal wounds in return.
Yeah,
it's super good
kind of D3
into Seraphon and Zinch specifically.
The matchup dependent thing is the key thing, so that should be one you tech into.
Yeah, we'll have to see if magic returns on a level that it used to be, where people just throwing spells at you all the time, or debuffs. It's even debuffs. Like you just ignore the fight last spell. You just ignore I don't know what. Does it also work against manifestations? No, that's the null chemist, right?
Hang on, I have it here.
But
Target of a spell ability, so no.
A spell ability. Okay. Yeah, no, I think probably the one you always find value for is a battle ram. And then you, on your flagship, you can, if you take an Ironclad, sure, you can choose whatever. And I think it's some match, if you take a frigate build and you play against shooting, maybe a 5-0 board with all these dwarfs coming in the game.
Yeah, if you're buying dwarfs, you need a 5-up board because they've got Ren 3 and your Ironclad's going to die.
Yeah, Ren 3, damage 5.
Yeah, I think if you've got an Ironclad, you can make a case for the ignoring negative modifiers to be your base one.
Because it already only hits on a 4. You need it to not hit on a 5.
It gives you the option. It also, there is a little thing depending on which battle tactics you're taking. If you say if you're taking Master of the Paths, teching into that
don't take that one. Yeah, like there's a level hero hidden in the woods. You're never gonna score step 1.
Yeah,
it's just no. Please don't. It's really bad. Yeah. No, maybe I think it's still the base one I pick. If I'm playing an Ironclad, I think the one I got most value out of was the bombs.
Yeah.
Because if you think it's just 6-7 mortal wounds guaranteed. Like I fly over, I run over with a run and shoot, bam, that hero's dead.
Yeah.
It was very valuable. I played the game against 12 or 13 Death Masters, Skaven army. Just like every time was I shot one, I bombed one, I mortal wounded one with the battle ram, I powered through, killed the next one. It's just they kept falling over like flies just because I had all these mortal wounds in different phases or damage I could apply in different phases. And where I very much value it is to free another boat because it's damage in the movement phase.
Yes.
Because we cannot do damage in the hero phase. We don't have spells and stuff. And you want to, if you want to move your boat before shooting, you can just run it over, kill whatever is tagging your frigate. Now your frigate is free. Your frigate can move to where it needs to go, shoot, charge, whatever.
Yeah.
For that, it was very valuable.
Freeing up stuff to move is huge. Yeah. It is really good.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, it's a shame we lost one thing, but we knew it was coming.
Okay. And is this the last one? Yeah, the last change is the frigate. So we did sort of mention this earlier, but they've basically completely rewritten the rule. So there's two nerfs in here or 2 new nerfs. 3 nerfs from when the book was written. Because we'd already had one that basically said that you can't use core abilities afterwards.
They still kept the good parts, I think, if I understood this correctly. You can still remove the models before you move the boat, right?
No, that's one of the nerfs.
nerfs.
So the way, okay, let's just read it out. So this is the new wording. This unit can move a distance up to the value of the charge roll and must end that move within half an inch of a visible enemy unit. If it does so if it's moved and ended that move within half an inch, you get to remove the targets from the battle.
Yeah, okay, then it's much worse.
Again, wholly within this unit's combat range, the targets can be set up in combat. So basically, you have to move the boat before you move the units.
Which makes it much worse for counter-charging.
Yes. Well,
counter-charging now really becomes terrible.
Yeah. And it just, generally speaking, just means you have to be a lot more careful with the way you move stuff around. It makes and sometimes makes getting your shooting with your balloon boys harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you need to leave space, and they only have 10-inch range. And
so that's the first thing, and then the second thing is you pick up to one of the targets to have strike first for the rest of the turn. So it can still move 2 units, but only one of them gets strike first.
And you have to pick in the charge phase. Yeah. I think picking one is not as bad because you can still place them. You do not have to place the transported unit into combat.
Yes, there's an important thing we should discuss here, which I don't think we talked about on the show. But I know it's been discussed in the WhatsApp chat, the KO WhatsApp chat, which is the way strike first works is though you get strike first just from getting this ability, when combat starts, you only get to pick units with strike first to fight before other units if they're in combat.
Yes.
So if the unit that you give strike first needs to be in combat, or else it doesn't get to fight before anything else. Yeah. But your other unit that you charge with the boat that's not getting strike first doesn't need to be put in combat, but because it charged, can pile in.
Yeah, they can choose the direction it piles in.
Mm-hmm. And so depending where you charge as well, they can be relatively safe, because if you sort of charge a boat in between 2 units, like 2 enemy units, and stay outside of 3 of one of them, and within half an inch of them, your second unit could be 3 inches away from a unit that's not actually in combat, so they don't get to fight until you've activated that unit anyway.
You just need to make sure that you don't tag them with the boat, because otherwise they pile towards the boat and maybe tag you. But yeah, you can still use this to avoid rampages or start of combat phase effects like strike lasts and whatnot.
And at the very least, even if they don't have those sorts of things, it limits the amount of models in their unit that can potentially fight back at you.
Yes.
As well. And if they don't have strike first and you're not charging anywhere else, they can still be your first normal activation, and you get to do a normal activation before your opponent anyway. So you can still fight with 2 units before your opponent.
So, yeah, I think the worst thing about this is we're now back to the pre-book FAQ. You need to move the board first.
Mm-hmm.
No. Dislike.
Yeah, because it's just one of those finicky, annoying sort of things that it's just a pain.
It's already a pain to set up Sky Wardens wholly within 3 inches in between units underneath a boat, because like the models.
Yes.
And then now you need to like move the boat first and then get them everywhere.
Actually, I mean the wholly within 3 thing actually annoys me quite a lot, because you've got bases that are 1.25 inches. So that's actually just annoying that you can't just go 3 ranks out for the boat touching bases.
No, you can go like 2.5.
You have to sort of like do 2 and then 1 in the middle behind them, and that sort of thing. It's just frustrating there anyway. But I think just the 1 unit getting strike first would have been enough here without. Yeah.
It's consistent with what they FAQ'd in
the past,
in the index.
We got away with it recently, like
Yeah.
because
I thought that's another thing I thought they would errata in the first FAQ.
Yeah,
the same as the burst grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, that is
Hmm.
everything, other than all the stuff for all the other armies, which we're not going to go to.
Well, there's another
discuss.
debuff, but it's for everyone. That you cannot do scouting battle tactics with faction terrain, which was always useful. But it's the same for everyone. It's a big nerf to Soul Blight and Skaven that could set up their own, or Nighthaunt, they could set up their own faction terrain and then do scouting.
Yeah.
Any other big changes that affect KO?
Does scouting always allow you to pick cavalry units? Is that new?
Yes, no, always has been.
It doesn't matter. We don't have any.
No, we don't. No, it was always infantry and cavalry, and it makes cavalry are the better scouts.
Cavalry are just pretty much always better. So with everything in mind here, frigates being nerfed a little bit, the stuff that you want to charge in with a frigate, but then also the ironclad combo being nerfed. Generally, how are you feeling? I mean, Max, you sort of indicated you don't want to take the ironclad combo anymore.
I think it's not worth it anymore at these points now, and we're back to frigates and balloons is what I played in the index, which was always a go all in, and if you don't make it, then you die. Now maybe with free up save, it's less of that. My first thought when I saw these points was, okay, frigate can only give strike first to one unit. Now 10 salvages in a frigate maybe is a viable option. Because that was always the thing that made them worse than Skywarns is you could only take one unit because of the unit size. Maybe now it's less of an issue. And the thought that is, okay, Skywarns got a points increase. I mean, so did salvages, but maybe you're a point where you pay more of the Von Grimm.
Yeah, well, but to put it this way, if you've got a reinforced unit of Skywardens and you're 2,000 points exactly without the terrain, downgrading them to a reinforced unit of salvages means you can have the terrain.
For example,
yeah.
I think what is now more and more viable is builds with like Jeremy played before the FAQs, more Von Grimms. And I really like them, especially in combination with a normal code, right? To just give them +5 control score. They go in, they jump over a unit. Now they're on your objective, counting as 15 or who knows what. Or if they stuck in combat, because it's still 20 wounds on a force save. You're not going to kill all of them. Give them the retreat and shoot from the code, right? Which is interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting that the Von Grimms go up, so the reaction is play more Von Grimms.
They are still just so good, though.
They are still a very good unit. Yeah, I don't know if people will play that many gunhaulers or frigates, but it's still a gunhauler is still a 10 wounds 2 up save unit.
Yeah, it's hard for some armies to kill if you've got a lot of.
Maybe we go back to one gunhauler transporting 5 thunders around. That's what I played in the beginning, just as a tag team. They shoot something, set the control score to 1. The gunhauler charges in, control score 2. It's my objective. That kind of thing, kind of tricksy. Instead of doing the 14 control score, now you're back to do this trick.
Yes, because before it was kind of like 130 plus 130. No, 130 plus 140, or you could just pay 280 and just have the two gun haulers.
Exactly.
Now you're looking at 340 or 130 plus 160.
Mhm.
So it's cheaper now. So
Yep.
yeah, that can save you some points to have your artifact and eat it. For
And I definitely
weapons.
think people will now include more funders just because of the change to the burst grenade.
Yeah, the burst grenade change means funders have got more of a use. Funders are good. Do you think people are gonna take more than 5 funders though? Or do you just mean that people that weren't taking funders will take them?
Maybe 2 units of 5. I don't see the value in 10 unless you're having difficulties with your regiments.
Mhm.
You still wouldn't take them as your main damage unit.
No, no, they're not good enough.
They're still just they're marker lights. They point at something and
Yeah, they're a
allow
bit
the
like
rest of the army.
salvagers. Like salvagers, I think salvagers are best. If you want to use them for the buff, you use 2 units of 5.
Mhm.
They zip around. They can do these. What's the trait that lets you pre-game move? You can do that with them. You have 2 units that you can move out as a screen, or move back, or move sideways, or wherever you want to do. And maybe 2 units of 5 funders. They have 18-inch range, so they don't really need to be carried around. So you can cover more area with the ability. I don't know. I'll really need to look into the points maybe after a while.
Some trophy.
Yeah, now it's trophy time. I'm still there. I'm testing, but it's fun. Yeah.
Kron, how are you feeling about the Ironclad?
Oh.
In a chat before, you said you still liked it. As Max convinced you on this show otherwise?
Maybe a little. I probably still has legs. Because it still just sits in a spot and shoots, but it's all the obscuring that also hurts it. Maybe just a swarm of Von Grimm and Sky Wardens with like one frigate, just to occasionally give a couple of them war strikes first is a good go.
Okay,
I think that's the kind of list I want to try next, and I really do like gun haulers and their abilities to kind of like deep sight down, shoot, move in, charge, do all this kind of stuff. And it's tricky to put gun haulers in at the same time as an Ironclad because they're kind of doing this similar like shooting things, and you need to have some combat in an army to dig out obscured units. So like, you can't just run an all shooting army anymore, really.
No,
So,
I don't think anyone's really going for full shooting. I think most people had some melee component, but it was by the time you had points invested in an Ironclad, the gun haulers, which they were sort of a mixed unit because they needed to shoot, although
you could always shoot at an endless spell or something.
Yeah, they didn't. They had 15-inch range, and they just mostly wanted to charge.
They were just to tag stuff and keep him occupied.
But it was probably over half your points was invested in that sort of stuff before. Now it's getting up to about 2/3. Yeah. So the melee component was always like a lower part of your list, wasn't it?
The only thing I like, why I would take an Ironclad if I'm really feeling I still need that component of, if you let me go first, I can just shoot your big piece from far away.
Yeah.
But I have the gun haulers, I have the frigate, I have the Ironclad, so I have like 4, 10, basically 18 shots, rend 2, damage 3. I can just shoot at you at whatever distance, 30 plus inches.
Yeah, that's good. How do you both feel about the Scourge and gun haulers? Were you using them before, and are you going to use them now?
probably would still use them. Yeah, again, the move and shoot, run and gun, shoot and move, like tactics coming in from the sky, and then redeploying and shooting and such is pretty strong.
So it's good enough that you will just make other stuff fit around it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, like taking out an ironclad, that'll give you points.
That'll give you lots of points.
Not as much as you expect, actually. But yeah, probably I'd prefer. So in my games, the reinforced Skyran Gunlords did more for my game or for my points. So my victory points than the Ironclad, I guess, mostly. Ironclad is against some opponent was just a big deterrent. Like, it's a big scary boat. I'll stay away.
Yeah.
People who knew what to do is just stuck to obscuring, and the Ironclad didn't do that much. I ended up like charging it and power through to just get objectives end of turn. Just using it as a playing piece, not as a damage piece. Which is a bit a waste for 700 plus points for the whole package.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's just quickly catch up in the chat. These are the mouse has just gone to sleep. These messages are from when we're talking about the frigate. So Osrek says kind of likes the fact that you're going to pick one unit for strike first because now you don't feel like you have to commit 2x6 Wardens go in the frigate, and you can sort of charge one of them separately so they get better position for Brock's attack and buff. Yeah, that kind of makes sense because sometimes it was hard to get Brock and you in, and you'd be like, okay, well,
sure,
Brock will have to charge separately. Maybe Brock could charge him with the boat now and sit further back, and it's easier to, to line other stuff up. Yeah. Can kind of see that. And Mr. Bunning says that they've had a player arguing that the Wardens were not wholly within 6 after the boat had moved. How do you prove they were after the boat has made its charge? So I think he's talking about basically the time of the boat has to move before you remove them.
Well, usually what you do is when you set up your stuff, you declare your intent. So my intent is I place these wholly within 6. So that way, if you play like this, and I try to do it myself, when I set up units, when I move them, I always declare my intent so there's no miscommunication. Of course, you will be half an inch out sometimes or in. Sometimes I'm going to set 3 inches apart and they actually 2.5 in. No one will argue that they're 3 inches apart because that's the rule. Just make sure that is said, and then there's no arguing.
Yeah, well, I think what he's saying is more about the fact that they were wholly within 6 of the boat and everyone agreed, but then the boat charged.
Yeah.
The boat has to charge before you remove them. So if you're charging a long way, then they're not wholly within 6 after you charge the boat. But the key here is
the declare step.
Yes, you pick your targets in the declare step before the boat moves. So you pick the units that you want to go with the boat, then you charge the boat, then you move the boat physically, then you pick them up. So you're not picking the units to move and checking that they're wholly within 6 after the boat's moved. You're picking them before the boat moves and then physically moving them after the boat's moved.
Yes. And if you use the boat to transport them into that position before you charged,
they have to be
within 6. They cannot be anywhere else.
Yes. Yeah, they had to be anyway. So yeah.
That was always what I have in my games is, okay, I have to set up this guy Warden's wholly within 3. Now they pile in 3 inches. Now your turn. I said, oh, they're -1 to hit. Oh, are you still within 6? Like, I cannot be outside of 6. I'm wholly within 3 and I moved 3. So there's no way I cannot be within Skyvessel cover. Now that's moot because you don't get it because of the change to Skyvessel cover. But it was the same kind of argument. Like, it's not possible. Maybe I am out because I misplaced them. I didn't measure correctly. My bad. But they have to be in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Have you guys written any lists since played anything?
I've written a magnet crew list. Because my last list just went up like 200 points. That was a bit Sad. And I'm a bit unsure because it comes down to odd points, like 1950, which I don't like.
Yeah, mine went
So
up
in the end,
190.
you
A new
add
list
more,
that I changed was like 1930, and I could get to
just
exactly
add
2000
more
without the
programs.
terrain, which was awkward. It's awkward. If you're in the chat, let us know how much your list went up.
Yeah.
I asked this in the WhatsApp chat the other day. It varied anything from about 100 points to 250.
Yeah,
I
mine
think,
was
250.
I think the average is
190.
more 150 to 200.
Yeah.
If you're under 150, then what? Mr. Bunnings has got up 340. Yeah, that was a lot of
like
well, a
all
lot of gun haulers.
all balloons are all gun haulers. Yeah.
That's a big increase. Wow. I mean, that's.
That one.
I mean, that's a whole scourge of Goran reinforced gun hauler unit. Wow, 340 points. Yeah, he had to drop his old 2,140. Osric's got up 2,100, is now 2,140. Had to remove a gun hauler and a unit of salvages. Put thunders in. Yeah. It's interesting though, because mine was 1980, what my most recent list. So that helped me a little bit, but not enough. But it's basically a 10% increase, isn't it, roughly, for the army? It seems to be what most people are getting, something around there.
So, like a example list with this new zero ironclad kind of thing would be an admiral frigate, reinforced Scourge of Garan gun hauler, 2 reinforced Sky Wardens, and then Soggy Code Right, 5 Thunderers, and 2 reinforced Harpoon crew. That's 2,000 points. With the Zontari Endon and Endonia's Guild.
What's your first artifact? Is that including like a flat gun?
First artifact couldn't be a flat gun.
No, it couldn't be. Okay, so you'd have to pick something else.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh shit! Hang on, no, can't do that. I guess I didn't have Endonia's Guild on.
Okay,
now
so
now it's 2010. All right, back to the drawing board.
Yeah. It's a lot of layers, points from this, points from that, points from that, and then changes to abilities, and you're losing artifacts, you're losing Endrinworks.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I might revisit the Magnates crew.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I played after getting with the new book, and I really enjoyed it. And then I actually didn't enjoy some of the KO I was playing for a while. It took me a while to sort of get the feel of it a bit, because being so used to just redeploying away from everything, and then that took a little while. Never really settled on a list. Every game was basically something slightly different. So I might go back to that now with because there was nerfs to Skyvessel cover doesn't affect that. You can't take the dock. Yeah, I mean you want to take lots of balloon boys and salvages and stuff, but you're taking them anyway. Now they get 5 awards.
Well, realistically, 2 units get the
award. 2 maybe 3 units. Yeah, like 2 units and another hero or something. But
so maybe playing the Salvager subfaction.
Yeah,
or formation instead, getting a 6 award at least, and then still getting your cover and other shenanigans.
Yeah, the thing is, if you charge in somewhere with a frigate and you get 5 first, but you want to charge somewhere else in the same turn, which generally I find is if you can charge in 2 places in 1 turn and do lots of damage, that can turn a game. Whereas if you limit yourself to only charging in 1 place, it doesn't. Being on a 5-up ward really helps you survive your opponent fighting back with something before you fight, if you have to fight second. So interesting.
I was just looking up if the +1 to wound thing is where it's only combat.
Yeah, I think I forgot that the game I played with it. I didn't even use it.
Which makes salvages even better.
Yeah, because they get
No, it's basically
3s and 2s.
Yeah, but freeze with exploding 6s is basically 2s.
So basically 2s
it makes
and 2s.
them 2s and 2s, rend 2.
Only 1 damage, but yeah, if they're reinforced.
A lot of attacks with Brock.
Yeah.
So 10.
Yes, a lot.
Or 41 attacks, 2s and 2s, rend 2.
Mm-hmm.
That will kill a lot of stuff. I think you'll have to math it out. At one point, they get better than Skywards, but it's already because it's only 10 points. But
did you say it's 42 attacks?
They have base 3, right? So with Brock they had 4.
Mm-hmm.
So 41.
41. That makes more sense.
With the champion. And then if they get the 3+ buff, of course, they earn freeze and 2s with the +1 to wound, rend 2. And exploding 6s basically makes the ones. It's like a +1 to hit. Because the ones you fail is the 6s you get, so it's 2s and 2s mathematically.
It should average about 19 damage against a 3-up save. Less if they've all out defensed, or if it's a 4-up save and they have all out defensed, it's 19. Which
Decent.
It's
not bad. 90 damage into a 3-up save unit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a monster, you kill it basically.
Yeah, unless
if they've all out defense, then maybe not. And then you still presumably got Brock. You've got Brock to fight as well, presumably.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually do that much.
What is he? 5 damage, 5 attacks, but he still gets the +1 to hit as well.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with the salvage is when you don't get that 3-up, that's when it starts becoming awkward.
That's why you take multiple.
Yeah.
So you get 2 attempts.
Yeah. The MSU with them is being nerfed a little bit by the frigate change. Because you couldn't take 2 units of. If you took 2 units of 5 with the frigate, then it's not as good now as it was.
No, and also no. Yeah, I think you really want. If their purpose is combat, you take 10.
Yeah.
All right. I think.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure this out.
Yeah.
If you have any good lists, leave them in the chat so I can steal them.
We do test them so we can review them on the show.
Yeah, maybe they get an approval.
Yeah,
and I think you can still. KO is still a good army. It's maybe not as obnoxious. Maybe on now all these meta chases move on. Leave us be with our army.
Yeah,
and
we'll go back to true KO fans only.
Yeah, the 3 of us.
just us and 10 people watching. Ozrek is also asking, do you think a list with 1 boat, frigate, and MSU balloon boys would do good? I wouldn't necessarily go completely MSU with the balloon boys, but I think you can just take, particularly in the Magnet crew, you could just take 1 frigate.
I think KO still wants to be 2-drop, so that's where you get problems with MSU.
Yeah, reinforced units is a bit easier. The problem I found generally with KO is if that's all you've got is 1 frigate, that's your only boat, is a lot of the MSU stuff you can't make full use of it in your turn if you lose your boat. That's the issue, because then it's like, okay, I could charge one of them in, and if I charge another unit in, then they're just going to die before they get to fight. You have to keep that boat alive. That's the issue. But
Which the Magnet's crew does. Isn't that the one where you get a running ore?
Yeah, but also the fiber ward gives you a little bit more flexibility, because you can potentially charge in stuff and hope you survive to fight.
Which is pretty good. Subtract X from the rend characteristic. That's pretty good on a 2-up safe unit. It's like
it's very good.
I keep coming back to the Chorfs. The emergency button. This thing now has a 2-up ward. This is pretty good. Like your unit you want to keep safe in the enemy turn, you just go 2-up ward.
Yeah. But you could take just one frigate and a unit of soggy gun haulers to have something a little bit different, and then some balloon boys. If you don't want to take 2 frigates, that could work. Could be interesting. It's a lot less points than an ironclad and stuff. The thing about taking the ironclad out is you get the points from the ironclad, but you still pretty much have the similar points spent on heroes. You might save 50 points.
You'll maybe if you don't take the Endrin Master, what is your other choice? A navigator?
Soggy
Soggy code right?
Code right? Still for the debuff. The debuffs are still good on that guy.
That's 40 points. Even the null chemist, 130 points.
That's what I'm saying. Is you might save like 50 points, 50, 60 points on heroes.
Plus the whole
ironclad. The point is the point is it's not, when you're saying, oh, this combo costs 700 and something, you're not saving 700 and something. You're saving some of that.
No, but you're putting.
And the Endrin Master only really buffs the ironclad. He doesn't have other powers. The Soggy Code Guide or the Navigator, they can do things.
Yeah, the Soggy Code Rider is always good. And he's great to give the bamboozle gun to, because the Endrin Master with Endrin Harness, that was your weak spot. If he died, your ironclad had issues. So he was always behind the ironclad, safe, which limited his usage for the flak gun, because it has to be within 12 inches. And now you're already deducting 4 inches because of the base size of the ironclad. And with the Soggy Code Ride, I usually played him on the side or further up, because he wants to be in range to apply his debuff. And let's be honest, if he died, who cared? If he was not essential to your whole plan. He was just another piece to debuff you. So it was easier to use. Let's say it that way.
Yeah. How do you feel about a navigator combined with a soggy gun hauler unit with the battle ram? Because he can teleport them, they can charge in, do more wounds, and then next time you can teleport them somewhere else and charge in, do more wounds. Assuming
does he need to be next to them to teleport them?
Yes, but then he teleports them, and then he gets to go with them.
Well, he can't go with a soggy.
Can you not?
What do you mean goes with them?
Because if he teleports a boat,
his own ability.
Oh, I'm getting mixed up with the Emberstone Flare, actually, aren't I? Or which is what's game.
No, I believe the navigator teleports himself with a boat. I don't think it matters if the boat can.
Blah blah blah. Within combat range, move the target. Then, if the target is a Skyvessel, you can move this unit.
Yeah, it doesn't say the Skyvessel needs to have a transport capacity. Just if it is a Skyvessel, which they are, teleport him.
Yeah,
and then you charge in, and then he's somewhere else and not within combat range for the next teleport.
Yes, but then next turn they can move before he activates his teleport ability. So they move back to him.
So they retreat.
So they can't charge again.
Well, presumably they've killed the little annoying thing that they're
not going to kill.
They're not going to kill
single hero. Yes,
models.
With 2d, yeah, you're not going to kill
2d6
unit.
with 4 up, like 2d6 halved mortals isn't going to kill anything.
Well, you're doing the 3 or 4 mortal wounds, and then you go power through.
Mhm.
Then you can do it. Yeah,
Power through, yeah.
Yeah, power through.
that's how you kill the heroes. It's just
Yeah.
battle ram, power through, back to the navigator, go somewhere else. Yeah, it's always good to have teleporting units. To be honest, in the game.
I mean,
Maybe.
if you're just mostly
fun.
relying on the charge and the power through, do you just don't take a reinforced unit of soggy gun haulers? You just have one.
Well, you need this reinforced unit
You
to
need it
be
to
able
survive.
to run and shoot.
No, reinforced doesn't
No,
give you
you
one
don't
and
need
shoot.
to. You don't need to run and shoot. It
And
was
if
more
you
about
reinforce wouldn't give
being
you one and shoot, you need
20
two
wounds.
separate units.
You
So-
don't need 2 separate units. You
Yeah,
just
you
need
do.
2.
For the
Doesn't
run and
say
shoot, you need
units.
2 units.
You
Does
need
it?
2 separate units
For the
because
run
it
and
says
shoot, you
other.
need to be within 12 inches of another unit.
No, of any other friendly gunstock gun haulers. Doesn't say gunstock gun hauler unit.
Yeah, but what are you saying? They give it to themselves. But it's another. It
Would they
says
not?
another. It says another unit. It says
Hmm.
the word another means it cannot be the same.
Yeah.
Okay, we see.
Any
Does it
other
not say
friendly
Cheating
units?
his
gunstock
opponent.
gun
Thank you, Kron, for the big points increase because you cheated people.
Does it not say unit?
I think it
this is
says
friendly.
another.
It says gunstock gun haulers. Yeah, it doesn't say unit, but I think there's something in the rules about if it has a keyword there, it means a unit with that keyword.
I'm pretty sure it says.
Might
Let's do
do.
this live. While this unit is wholly within 12 of other friendly gunstock gun haulers.
Yeah.
Other is a separate unit.
Yeah, well, not necessarily, but the other one is an other.
If this
Gunstock gun
unit,
haulers,
this
isn't it?
one, these two, this unit,
Oh, this unit.
it's wholly within 12 of
Ah,
other. It
yes,
cannot
the
be
phrasing
themselves.
at the beginning is this
Yeah.
unit. Yes,
It cannot be
Yeah.
with themselves.
yes,
It can use run ability in the center. Shoot if it uses the run ability.
yes. So but the unit has to be in range of other ones.
Well, did they change this? If it used the run ability, now it's actually calling out the run, because before you could do the redeploy and shoot. Now they change. I'm sure it wasn't. It was a run ability, not the run ability. You could swear. Did they change this? So the whole redeploy, shoot, and move doesn't work. You cannot redeploy and shoot.
Yeah, it used to be the run ability with the keyword.
It
wasn't it?
was sure it was run.
Maybe that got
No,
FAQ.
it gets worse and worse here. This army, they killed it. Or I
Yeah,
think
I'm sure that had the keyword on it.
I think we're keep on blabbering, and it's late.
Well, maybe they did get an FAQ at some point. Oh, that's really annoying. Wow. Okay. Well, I think we covered everything. Thank you very much, Con and Max, for joining me for tonight's show.
Yeah.
The chat is going like, what does that never know?
We've started something.
Yeah, we keep on finding out.
What do we think the win rate is going to be? I don't know. 53%.
People still don't know how to use obscuring. It will still be 50%.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the show, please hit like, subscribe for more KO content in the future, and hit the little notification button so you know when the show's happening. Thanks for everyone that joined us in the chat and getting involved. Goodbye, Skyfarers. See you again next time.
Goodbye.